Welcome to Secular Soup. Stay tuned for real talk about atheism, feminism, politics, parenting, and whatever the fuck else Amy and Amy want to talk about, because this is their show. And get ready for a whole lot of motherfucking profanity.
You want to hear a secret?
I won't tell anybody. Go ahead. If I sit next to you, I'm going to get gonorrhea. It's going to jump into me. Just two ladies hanging out.
Is it okay for me to make fun of his neck waddle if I make fun of my own neck waddle?
I'm not sure.
That's a real ethical conundrum.
Would you know if you were born a lizard person, or can you be like adopted into the...
I think you know.
We're such professionals.
We really are.
Buckle up, bitches. It's time to have some soup.
I'm Amy with a Y.
And I'm Amy with an I.
And we are just two blueberries floating in a bowl of tomato soup. And I'm going to assume that your audio is recording now. Amy?
It is.
It's working? Good. Perfect. That's just a little work meeting. We like to do impromptu work meetings while we're recording.
Yeah, we're all caught up. Now I don't have to talk to you for like a week.
Exactly. Thank God. If you are a new listener, if No Illusions brought you here, welcome. You'll find that we have a lot more estrogen than No Illusions does. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we're a little bit crazier, but that's just us. What are you going to do?
I don't know if that's entirely true.
You don't think so? I don't know. I feel like I'm crazier than everybody.
I mean, he seems like he's pretty chill on the air, but I think he's probably...
like a total drama queen behind the scenes?
No, I don't think he's a drama queen, but I think he could probably, get a little wild.
Yeah, you're probably right. You probably didn't see this, but we have a new listener who is going back and starting at episode 1. He sent us a tweet about it.
Ooh.
I say he. I shouldn't.
I start out
remembering correctly.
It gets real weird for a while.
It does.
I started out married.
I said, you're in for like quite a ride, because even I won't go back and listen from episode 1.
I've listened to episode 1. I've listened to the first 5 episodes a couple times because I was writing down all of our gems, because we're super funny.
Oh, we really are. Yeah.
But then I realized that you can run it through a program which will actually just write all of your stuff for you.
You can?
I know. I just haven't done it yet. Because then I can go back through and just delete all of the unfunny stuff and leave our gems, because there's more gems than unfunny.
Is that like witchcraft? I don't even
believe so. I just haven't done it yet.
Holy shit! I suppose all the kids know about this?
I don't know. Probably on the ticks and the talks and the.
I would assume so.
The sus cringe yeet.
I'm not down with the ticks.
I'm not sure.
The ticks and the talks.
Oh, I have spent my entire life on like all day. I'm on TikTok all day because it is like 30 seconds, 60 seconds, little blips. That's my attention span, and it's perfect. And
you're a millennial, so
I found my way onto gay TikTok. I have new gay best friends. I'm on lesbian TikTok. I am now a lesbian apparently, because I'm in love with all the women I follow. Like head over heels in love with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sending it to I sent it to this like guy I'm sleeping with, and I'm just like, hey, I'm a lesbian now.
That's just I didn't know all of these things existed. I've never felt more old than I do at this moment in time.
Okay, seriously, it's the easiest thing to get into. You just start scrolling, and then you start liking or favoriting hashtags, and that's it. Like,
you know what? I think my problem is that I never want to give a video a chance. Like, I see it and I think that's probably going to be boring, and I'm going to waste like 2 minutes of my life on it. So fuck it.
Well, they're not 2 minutes though. They're like 2. They're like 60 seconds. They're less than 2.
I don't know.
And you start following I follow the ex-Mormon, leaving a cult. I follow moms over 40, humor, and then just all this stuff. And you kind of cultivate your own feed. Because first it's generic. It's all just the trending stuff. And then you start to cultivate your feed. And then you follow people so you see their stuff more often. Yeah. And there's some really funny people out there.
Are there, though? I thought we were the 2 funniest people. Well, how are we not on TikTok yet?
Because I haven't broached it with you yet, but I have a TikTok account. We should totally get on TikTok.
You do?
Of course I do.
Oh my! I've thought about getting on TikTok, and then I'm like, I don't even know where to start with making 60 seconds. I can't do anything that's only 60 seconds long. I just can't. I don't even know what I
mean, I guess I could go onto conservative TikTok and like duet with them, but basically it's just me arguing at them. That would be fun.
Okay, what about the whole sea shanty thing? I hear that's like
it's over now.
Could we do sea shanties?
It's over. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Already?
Yes, Amy, that was 2 weeks ago.
Jesus Christ, I just found it's like Macklemore. I just find out about it.
Okay, for the listeners,
and now
she discovered Macklemore like 3 weeks ago. You remember Thrift Shop? The song Thrift Shop from like 2005?
Has everybody heard of this song?
Literally
It's
everybody
amazing.
knows about Poppin' Tags. Everybody knows
It's
this song.
adorable.
It is adorable.
The video, so cute.
Yes, the video's cute. Macklemore's cute. It was a great song.
It's fantastic.
His other songs are not as good. That one's his best one.
It's catchy.
Mhm.
I mean, he's got so many just delightful songs, kind of, that are just, they just kind of make me happy. They're upbeat and they're a little quirky.
Yeah, he's fun.
And they're not real serious, you know.
Yeah, I like Macklemore.
He did a whole thing about Trump, but I didn't realize I was 10 years behind on this trend. And
Okay, so
I
shanties
literally
are fun.
own a thrift shop. I should have known about this.
It's fun. I follow this one guy that I know like in my local circle, but I've never met him in person. But so this thing, it made me laugh so hard. He walked out of his house on New Year's Eve and screamed at the top of his lungs, "Reset simulation." I watched it a couple times because I'm just like dying laughing because it's so funny.
Okay, that's pretty good. I don't know if it was you that sent it to me, but somebody
That's
sent me
probably
one where
me.
it
I
was
send
like
TikToks to everybody. It's my love language now.
Probably. It's like this just bitchy old lady who was just bitching about Trump and just what a dick he is.
Is it the she gets her fat bitch on? Is it the old lady from Omaha, Nebraska?
Maybe
She goes, "I'm about to get my fat bitch on, and Trump will stiltskin here." I think that
is.
love
Yeah, I think it was
you.
that one. She was amazing.
She's the crazy old cat lady. She gets her bitch on.
She's who I want to be when I grow up. Like when I get
she's
older
like
than I am
she
now.
goes live and she's like, "I'm about to get my fat bitch on right now live." I'm like, "Oh my god, I love you so much."
So I have a confession to make from the last episode. People may not have listened all the way to the end when we interviewed with No Illusions, but I was incredibly under the influence of a substance.
Oh no, you mentioned it several times throughout the episode.
And I know I cut them all out and put them all at the end of the episode.
Oh, you did? I didn't notice. I didn't listen to the whole episode either. So
yeah, I know. No, I cut all of them and then
that's
I just
hilarious.
shoved them into the outtakes. But I kept losing my train of thought.
I got you. You're cool. I got you.
I could not focus on anything. And I had a whole nother point here that I was going to make, and now I can't remember what it was because now I'm talking about the last fucking episode and I know what it is. So, okay. There was a point at which we did, Noah thought that he was probably the oldest person of the three of us. And it turned out we're almost exactly the same age. And I said something to the effect of, "Oh my God, you are like my age. I thought you were older than me." I feel like a real bitch for saying that now. Like, I feel like that came out in a way that I did not intend.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't think he gives a fuck at all.
I don't think he's listened or cares about any of this. But I just want to say for the record, it's totally fine that I'm the same age. It's No Illusions. Oh God. It was awful. I felt like a bitch. Anyway, Amy lives in Texas and is going to update us on the snowpocalypse.
Yes.
The White Walkers coming to Texas and freezing everything.
They left. It's like balmy again. So
did they?
So it was super weird because I'm sure everybody saw the news that Texas was like literally frozen over, which is not unusual that we get winter storms. It happens. Things freeze. But the fact that it stayed for like a week and everything wasn't just frozen, it was like -12 frozen. And then all the power went off too. Like the whole state didn't have power. I personally didn't have power in my own house for 3 days. Luckily I still had water, but
did hell literally freeze?
It might have. But what we
God.
didn't realize, which I think is very telling, that Texas power grid was Newt Gingrich's last Horcrux. So it had to go down. It was kind of, which I refer to, that's how I refer to it in my head now, is that was his last Horcrux. But no, it was wild. Like it was 38 degrees in my house. We actually had to be evacuated and go to a friend's house. Our friend from the show, Schmistina, we actually went to her house because she had rolling blackouts, but she still had power every now and then, and she had a fireplace. And we have a fireplace,
Those
but
are nice.
No wood because I live in Texas. Why would I have wood?
It's Texas, yeah.
So and she has a gas fireplace, so she just turns it on, turn it off, But so and my car is diesel, and it would not start because I didn't realize that diesels are fussy bitches because I live in Texas. Yeah. So I went down.
We'll leave it to you to pick out the car.
Car wouldn't start. My house is 38 degrees. I'm like texting my best friends. I'm like, I'm stuck, like bawling. I'm stuck. I'm in 6 layers of clothes. I'm wrapped in blankets. We pulled out all the blankets from the entire house and we have them laying on top of us in our bed. And then I have to keep taking my socks off because my feet get hot. And then I have to put my, put more socks back on. And I'm wearing like hats. And it was, and it was supposed to get even colder that night. And we were like, we're going to die. Like we were like melodramatic and being like super. God. And then all our food.
People did die.
People did die. Yeah. And I don't know. My house was 30 degrees or 38 degrees that day. And it was in the middle of the day. Yeah. Because I live in an older apartment and it would get the power went off on like 6:30 on Monday morning. It came back on for about 30 minutes, which gave us time to make like a frozen burrito and eat something. And then it went off and it didn't come back on until Wednesday night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was wild. So we put all of our stuff, like all of our fridge stuff out on the patio because it was frozen. It was freezing outside. So we were like, okay, at least save our food. I didn't realize that when you bring vegetables back into the house and put them back in the fridge, they just turn to liquid. So I lost all my vegetables, but the meat was fine. But all the vegetables are gone. So I've been slowly replacing all of that.
And sometimes in Minnesota in the winter, you use like your porch.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just used my patio
freezer.
I just threw it out in the patio. It was fine in a box.
If you have things that you don't have room for in your big chest freezer that's in the basement, you can just put those things outside and they stay nice and frozen for you. It works out great until it warms up.
It was wild. Like now. It was seriously wild.
Yeah. So what's with the whole, and maybe you need to ask Ted Cruz about this the next time you guys are having pillow talk or whatever. But how did Texas end up with its own fucking power grid?
So they do not participate in national anything. Texas,
'cause why would they?
Right. Texas is always very independent because they want to be able to secede at some point. They want to. They keep putting it on the ballot every couple of years. Like it'll show up every 5 years or so. It's like, you guys are delusional.
Just do it.
But you've seen, I don't know, I've posted pictures on my Facebook page, but I don't know if you saw it. The Texas power grid. So other states, when they freeze and they need rolling blackouts, you borrow from your neighbors. You're like, oh, you guys aren't having a crisis, so we borrow from you. And Texas doesn't. We stand completely alone. They are 100% just on their own. And because Texas is warm, 97% of the time, the power grids are outdoors. Like in most states where they reach those temperatures, power grids are inside. They're enclosed. So the power grid themselves were coated in ice and frozen. So they were, that's why the Texas went out without power, because they were out there. I have pictures of it. They were out there with heat guns, defrosting section at a time. And then it was just freezing again. So they were out there 24/7. So that's why people would get, and they were obviously prioritizing like hospitals and, police stations, water towers,
liquor stores. Yeah.
I went to a liquor store. I did not have power, but powered right through that. No, we went to the one that didn't have power, and they were like, "We'll bring it out to you if you order online." We're like, "Fuck this!" We went across the street to the one that had lights on. And no one has clothes for us. Everybody's walking around in their pajamas. Like no one knows what they're doing. I was wearing Mary Jane's with fuzzy socks because my daughter stole my boots. So I was like, I don't even know. Like everybody
just not prepared at all.
I don't know where my hat is. I think it's in my other car. Like I don't know where my hat. I don't know where things are. So
you don't need a hat.
Yeah, I mean,
it's fine.
I had a hoodie, so I was cool. So
I mean, if you wear a hat, it ruins your hairstyle, and so none of us wear them here.
Right, and I had water. A lot of people lost water also.
Oh God!
Or because pipes were breaking, freezing, and bursting, and then people were coming home to pipes and their ceilings bursting because all of our pipes are outside and low to the and like above the ground or close to the surface of the ground. Because like the power grid, why wouldn't they be? Like, why wouldn't we have things just out and exposed? Because this doesn't happen. This doesn't happen here. And so, my friend had a pipe burst in her ceiling and the water came in and then froze. So she had like icicles in her bedroom. It was wild. I have another friend that works at a school and there was pipes bursting in the school. So the whole place was flooded. There were papers everywhere and it's crazy.
Yikes. Yeah. Have you ever witnessed anything like that? Like, has it, I mean,
no, and I've lived in Texas since most of my life since I was 4.
Wow.
So 23 years.
Yeah, I saw a
Give or
meme or
take.
something that was like, 2020, 2021 looked at 2020 and said, hold my
Yeah.
beer.
And I know
Like,
you're
I
not
just-
on it, but there are TikToks about this, so it's funny.
Are there? Oh, that sounds... What's TikTok again?
gosh.
Just kidding.
So yeah, I've never experienced, and I've lived in Texas forever, most of my life, and it wasn't just the cold; it was the fact that we were so isolated and there was no power, and during storms, power goes out. It happens. I also don't
that
have any
long?
candles in my house that aren't scented, and then none of them. All the wicks were like down to nothing, so I would light it and it would just go out completely. I'm like, well, fuck. Like, I don't even have any
my
candles.
God.
We had one flashlight that luckily my sister gave Gentleman Caller for Christmas. And so we were able to use that flashlight for light the first night that we were without power.
Well, I suppose your phones die because you can't charge them.
Yeah. We have battery packs. So when we'd get 30 minutes of power, we'd charge up our battery packs. And we usually keep those pretty well juiced because the kids use those when they come over and stuff, and so we charge them when the kids aren't here.
Yeah, that's usually a nightmare at my house if the internet goes out for some reason.
Oh yeah, we didn't have internet.
Anarchy.
We didn't have internet until Thursday morning.
Oh,
and so
how did you even make it?
Well, we were over at Schmistina's house.
Yeah,
but we also
that's right.
We also didn't have any cell service. Like, no one had cell service. That's why I posted on Facebook that I was stuck without power, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And I just disappeared. Because no one had cell service because they were prioritizing all cell service to emergency services, which makes perfect sense.
As they should, yeah.
But no average Joe had any cell service. Like, we were all just stuck and trapped.
Just out in the wilderness.
Yeah, we were just completely stuck. And so I was I could text people, but I couldn't do anything over Messenger. And not all my texts would go through and pictures wouldn't go through. So... yeah, it was wild. It was really wild. And then the next Wednesday, because that happened on Wednesday that power came back on and everything life started getting back to normal. There was giant hail, like car damaging giant hail. That just happened.
Have you gotten the locusts yet? Have the locusts come?
Not yet.
Or the angel of death for the firstborn children? I think that's how that goes.
I think so.
I would watch for that because I feel like that's
Keep
coming
my
next.
eye on that.
Or a frog tornado or something.
So yeah, that was
some kind of crazy
just weird. I've never experienced that before, and I don't really want to again. I don't want to be evacuated for a natural disaster again. Oh, and then the fun part is I had to miss 3 days of work, obviously, because it just died. The internet just died on me, and I got to take vacation time for that. They forced me to take my own vacation time. And I was like, let me clarify. I sent an email to my boss. I'm like, let me clarify. You are making me take my own personal vacation time for an emergency evacuation due to a natural disaster. And they were like, yep. I was like, okay, soulless assholes. Meanwhile, Gentleman Caller's company just gave him 2 comp days. They're like, here, we'll pay you. That's what they should have done because it's an emergency natural disaster. Like,
it's fucking natural disaster.
First my boss was like, "Can you just wherever you go that you have power, can you just take your work with you?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, totally. I can take my desktop and 2 monitors to my evacuation point. Are you kidding me?"
Assholes.
There were emergency shelters set up in stadiums and everything. And people were sleeping on the floor on blankets. But yeah, sure, I'll make sure my laptop is there with me.
So that you can get this, squeeze more work out of me.
I took last Monday off as a sick day because I'm like, fuck this. Like, fuck them. And everybody's looking for jobs now in my department because fuck all of them.
Fuck them.
I'm super mad. I'm going to the eye doctor tomorrow. I'm going to get some contacts or glasses or whatever, and I'm gonna go get my teeth checked, and then I'm just gonna put my resume out there.
Yeah.
So mad.
That's the way to do it. I have been we're reopening the thrift shop fairly soon, and so my mom and I have been traveling the state trying to find displays because we're going to be in a whole new building, and it's just, oh my God, it's taking up all of my fucking time. And it sucks because it's like, I love doing it. It's my favorite thing to do, to build displays and decorate shit and find cool things to sell, but it's like exhausting. And I found out, you already know this, but I found out about a week ago, I had been eating ice a lot lately, which is a symptom of iron deficiency. It happened to me a couple of years ago, and I'm like, I wonder if my iron's low. And I waited a good 2 months to even bother bringing it up to my doctor because I'm just lazy. But like a normal iron level is between 12 and 15, and mine is 6 right now. And I don't even know how I'm getting out of bed in the morning.
Seriously.
But somehow the desire to build like really cute displays is keeping me going. I've been on Pinterest all the time, just finding cute shit on Pinterest.
You need to get on TikTok also. Not for this, just that'll also help you get out of bed.
I also am wondering, like,
or it'll keep you there.
I'm just now finding out that there are all kinds of YouTube channels about thrift shopping. Did you know about this? Did you know that YouTube has a thrift culture? And
I'm sure. Let me look up TikTok right now and see if there's thrifting TikTok.
I assume there is, but like
I assume there is too.
I really need to get into this thrifting media merge and figure out how to monetize that in some way, because
yep, there's a whole thrift TikTok as a hashtag.
So I could just make little. See, my problem is I'll overthink it. Like, I have a 60-second thing to make. I'll sit and think about it for 3 hours and what I can do and if it'll be funny enough or not, and that'll just defeat the entire purpose.
I made a couple, but I was crying in them because it was right after Biden won and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I just never posted them.
Yeah, so you can make them and not post them?
Yeah.
Because that's what I would do a lot of.
Yeah, I have a couple that I'm just like crying in them. I'm like, I don't really want my first TikTok to be me crying.
That's true.
Like that's
you need to really make a big splash with your first TikTok, I feel like. I should make my kids write a script for me. I'm sure by now TikTok is cringe because everything lasts 5 minutes. So
my favorite thing are the ones where they say, tell me your blank without saying your blank. Like, you know, like tell me you didn't vote for Trump without saying you didn't vote for Trump, and people are pointing at their diplomas or something. You know, things like that. But there's this one I saw yesterday, or the day before, days blend together, where they said, tell me you're dangerous without saying you're dangerous. And this old guy's like walking down the street and he's solidly stepping on the cracks.
Oh my God.
It's hardcore.
That's fantastic.
I loved it. This is the TikTok episode, apparently.
I guess.
It's like,
well, okay, so speaking of TikToks and young people, because young people are the ones that use the TikToks.
Yeah, and I didn't have internet. I was super mad.
So I had
big mad.
A thing I was going to talk about. We talk a lot about parenting on the show because we're both parents. Spoiler alert. Turns out we both have children. And I went to go pick up groceries today, and the kid who was filling the groceries in my trunk of my car for me was a friend of my son's, or someone who was a friend of his up until a few years ago. And I realized I miss that kid so much. And people say that you can't pick your family, but you can pick your friends, and that's like, you can't pick who your kids are friends with either. And sometimes they have friends that you really like, and then they kind of have a friend breakup, and they're not really, or they drift apart or whatever. And then they have friends that you think are obnoxious as fuck and you hate them, and your kids are friends with those. But this kid just like, he has, part of the friend drift has just been because my son is homeschooled now, so he's not at school. And this kid never had his own cell phone or computer. And that's how my son does most of his communicating with his friends, is online using Discord. And so I think they just kind of drifted apart. But he was I don't think I've seen him since he was 12 or 13, probably. And I loved him because he was just a snarky asshole, but in a good way. Like, he reminded me of me if I were a teenage boy, I guess.
That's weird.
It really is weird. I know. I totally get that. But he was fun. I really liked him. And I felt bad because I knew he lived with his grandma, not his parents, but I never found out really why. But he would mention visiting his parents, so I don't know what was up with the parent situation, but I always got the feeling like it was something that wasn't great for him. And so today when I saw him, I'm like, oh my God, it's you. And we chatted a little bit. And apparently he got kicked out of the house and is living on his own now. He's 17. This is a 17-year-old. And he was telling me a little bit about it, and he's like working 5 days a week. And there's this part of me that just wants to scoop him up and be like, come live at our house. It's fine. We have an extra room. I'll feed you. I'll feed you all the food. I want to take care of him because he's the nicest kid, and I feel so bad. But you can't just swoop into another kid's life.
No, not at 17.
Take
maybe
over and be
year.
Like, here, I'll come, it's...
Maybe when he's 18 and he can make his own big grown adult decisions.
Well, and even like for the sake of my own son, who really hasn't been friends with this kid for a while, like I'm not going to move a random kid into our house that,
Well, you can kind of create some kind of like competition too.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
You can be like, I have 2 favorite kids, but
there's room. Well, and
there's now it's in running because it could be any 3 of you. You open up competition and they're going to start like rubbing your feet.
Whoever does the dishes gets a new pair of shoes.
Well, I wouldn't do it for stuff. No. I would just do it for like bragging rights and affection.
We could make it like American Ninja Warrior, whatever that is, and build things in the background. I could put them on TikTok. Oh my God.
You can put them on TikTok.
This is a brilliant TikTok idea.
Yeah, because I told my son, my 15-year-old, the other day, because I have 3. I have 3 kids, but then I have 3 stepkids. But I was telling him, I was like, you're in my top 4 kids. He was like, Mom.
I love it. That's why you have to.
And he was like, wait. I was like, yeah,
you have to get them when they're alone.
But then you said my TikTok that I sent you wasn't funny, and so you slipped a little.
My son informed me that he hates my decorating style. My older son. I'm like, how fucking dare you?
Cool. Then you decorate. You take over.
I would never let him, but I told him, you grow up and you can have a boring ass house if you want. That's fine. Like, he thinks everything should be boring and everything should match. I don't understand him at all. Yeah. But my younger son is more like me, where he's just really into decorating shit and having collections of things that you don't need, but having things that look cool. And yeah, they're very interesting children. But I think throwing a 3rd kid in here to mix it up could be really fun. It could be what we need to kind of freshen up the household. Things are getting stale around here. It's same old.
Yeah, it's like bringing in a new writer.
Yes,
for the 10th season. You gotta.
And this kid has his driver's license already, so
he can go to the grocery store for you.
And he already works at the grocery store. He could bring the food home. He could run all the errands I want him to. Like, it would be amazing.
Like if a chicken roaster just happens to get damaged in the back, just slip it in your car.
That's not a big deal. It's totally fine.
Slip it in the back.
Yeah, I feel so bad for this kid because I feel like he's kind of gotten handed this shitty.
That's
all
rough.
of these circumstances in life, but yet he's got moxie. He'll
be okay.
He'll be fine. He'll totally be fine. But I was almost like, if you need anything, let me know. And then I thought that's
weird. Yeah, you can't be that.
No, I can't. Although I got his cell phone number so I could give it to my son. So I'm like, he can give you a text or something if you guys want.
Oh, that's good. I'm sure maybe your son will be his friend again.
Maybe. I kind of hope so, but I don't know. I'm not going to push it, It's
because then it's weird. You're like, I really want you to text this kid.
Like, could you just please hang out again? I need this. I need this so much.
I need to know he's okay.
Please hang out and be delightful again. It was so cute when you guys were friends. Oh, God.
So the problem I've run into before is my kids have friends they're perfectly fine, but their parents I don't like.
Oh, that's always the worst.
Because then, like, we'll go, when my daughter was younger, we went to like a class party and there was like this cool, like funky, I could tell she was liberal, she had visible tattoos, and I was like, oh, why don't you go hang out with her daughter? And she was like, ugh. And then she went over to talk to this other lady, and I think I've shared the story on the show before, that the mom handed me a card with her phone number on it and a Bible verse. I was like, of course you're fucking friends with that one. They're no longer friends, which I was not mad about because...
Yeah, my older son had one of those when he was younger, and I'm so glad. Like, the kid was fine.
The kid was perfectly nice.
But the mom was just like, oh, she's such a bitch.
My daughter is a little too intense mean girl for nice churchy girl, though.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was really trying to steer her towards, I'm like, look, she's edgy and fun and cool. I want to be friends with her mom. But I can't go over to her and be like, hey, I want to be friends with you, but my daughter doesn't like your kid. Like, that's not...
always weird and awkward. You can't do that.
And I don't even know why my daughter didn't like the cool, edgy, whatever.
Have you ever thought maybe your daughter's just boring?
No, she's mean.
Really? I suppose she gets that from you.
Mean. Yeah, she's going to be an amazing adult, but she is, in the meantime, she is plowing through. Just like today, we were getting ready to go back to her dad's house, and gentleman caller was driving her, and he was like, "Hey, are you almost ready?" She goes, "Hold on," and he was like, "She's the polite one." I'm like, obviously.
Yeah. I had to hit mute for a second because I'm eating. I will edit this out, I swear.
Yeah, keep
Let me
it on
finish crunching.
It's cool. I'll talk to myself.
Yeah, just have a show. Without me here, it's fine. My iron level is 6. I need food. Oh my god.
So when I have a genetic anemia. It's a hereditary genetic anemia, but so my body just doesn't absorb iron. Even if I eat iron-rich things, it doesn't absorb it at the rate that it should.
Right. Yeah.
So when it gets really, 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 really low, I make green smoothies. They're actually delicious. It's like a handful of spinach. I put in I like almond milk, like vanilla-flavored almond milk, and then something else. I can't remember. Usually I would put like chia seeds or something, or a scoop of peanut butter, but that's just for me. But
that sounds horrible to me.
Just the spinach and the almond milk is delicious.
I did buy, when I went and picked up my groceries and saw the kid that I miss, I did pick up some spinach. I got like one of those pre-made half and half salads. It's half spinach and half like spring mix.
Kale's good too. And
then a whole nother bag of spinach so I can just eat spinach salads for a while.
Spinach salad is good.
But I'm also going to have to get iron infusions at the clinic.
But honestly, if you do you have to do that too. But if you do like a smoothie, or you can saute spinach with some the thought of
drinking green stuff, unless it's a Shamrock Shake. Just
pretend it's a Shamrock. It tastes delicious, and all you taste is the vanilla because
I don't know. I don't think I trust you. I don't know. It's not going to taste like a Shamrock Shake.
Well, also you can add some ice cubes so it has more of a shake consistency to it.
You know what Shamrock Shakes would be good for? TikTok videos.
Why don't you add spinach to a Shamrock Shake? Because then it's mostly ice cream.
Oh,
but then there's an iron component.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I've been thinking. I've been eating nothing but Chex Mix day and night for about 3 months now.
There's not a lot of iron in that.
Which seems weird, but hear me out. They enrich cereals with iron. I'm wondering if maybe the fact that I've been craving Chex Mix all day and night for 3 months could be related to the iron deficiency somehow.
Probably.
Either that or there's just
also
something wrong
you
with
need
me.
something, I can't remember what it is, that helps you absorb iron better.
Yeah,
it's like B12 or something, isn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it's something
it
like
might
that.
Be B12
because I know
cereals
that
are high
vitamin D. The reason milk is enriched with vitamin D is because, well, first of all, you can only get it from the sun, and so our bodies need it, and then also it helps you absorb calcium better. So if you have D enriched milk, which I don't drink milk anyway.
No, me neither.
Or go outside.
No. But not in the winter.
I don't go outside ever. But
I take vitamin D every single day.
You have to. Well, now if you take a calcium supplement with it, then it helps you. They help you absorb it. It's a whole thing.
I don't take calcium, just the vitamin D. Fuck it. Sometimes I take B12. I like to live on the edge. Is the thing.
I don't take any supplements, but I eat a lot of vegetables.
I mean, I wouldn't take any supplements except for the whole Crohn's disease thing, and I legitimately need them. But in general, I tell people not to bother with supplements.
Well, no, because if you're getting 1,005% of, like potassium or something, your body can only absorb a certain percentage, and the rest is just junk. Like you're just basically wasting your money.
Yeah,
unless you need something specifically, like if you need fish oil for your joints or whatever, and even then, not that percentage.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to get my kids to eat a little healthier, so I've been trying to buy some more healthy foods, but it's not going well. Like my kids eat terrible, horrible junk, and my older son wanted to try seaweed snacks.
Oh, those are disgusting.
Because he has like a YouTuber that he really likes who eats seaweed snacks or something, and he's like, I want to try to find some good crunchy, salty snacks that aren't chips. So I bought a bunch of different flavors of seaweed snacks, and all of us tried like a little bite, and they were god awful.
Yeah, they're terrible.
But you know who fucking loved them and almost killed me trying to get to them? my cat, Shoo Shoo.
Because they smell like fish.
And they crinkle, and she was devouring the seaweed snack. And she doesn't normally, like, she eats like a lady, you know? She's very persnickety and cute. It was like, I can't even describe it. It was like she was out hunting and she found the best prey ever, and she just attacked it and was just swallowing chunks of it whole, so...
That's hilarious.
At least it won't go to waste. I can give it to her as a snack. I don't know if cats are supposed to eat seaweed, but I'm just going to assume they can.
Why wouldn't.
So, I mean, can't be any worse than anything else, right?
Right, basically.
So, how do you think Biden's been doing so far? Do you miss Trump?
No. So that's the thing is, he's not doing everything I would like him to do. I don't have a stimulus check. Mm-hmm. You know, the minimum wage isn't $15. I don't have health care, you know, all that stuff. But he's not a narcissistic monster.
I know.
So
it's which is like I was scrolling through YouTube and I saw a video and it said something like Trump was going to appear on CPAC, and it was like having a flashback to some horrible time in my life, like just seeing his face again.
Yeah, someone was like, I thought he was gone. I'm like, no, he's just hibernating. He's just resting.
He'll come back with a vengeance. He's gonna
run in 24.
Yeah, he's gonna run.
And if Biden keeps playing these stupid bombing games and stuff, I mean, Trump's not gonna have a chance. But we are going to lose our majority.
Yeah, my only hope is that, and Brentley was kind of talking about this on Unapologetics. I think they're going to split the Republican Party. I think there's going to be a party that's kind of behind Trump, like a Patriot Party, and then the regular Republican Party, and that can only be good for Democrats. So,
but Democrats are on the verge of splitting, I think, too. Honestly,
that's true.
It feels like there's more liberal,
progressives,
and yeah, I agree.
Which, oh God, we're all so fucked.
I mean, I kind of feel like America's run its course.
I do too.
And it's just time to let, another country take us over.
It's time to let it go. Like we've been playing the game for too long. Can England come back and just, I'm fine with that. Harry's here now.
We'll be back. We will. We'll be back.
Yeah. Maybe that's why Harry and Meghan came to America. There's a secret plan.
Yeah, it's a long game. Because now if their children are born here, they can become president.
Yep. Oh my God. Listeners don't know this, but yeah, Amy had sent a meme about that, and it was
like, he'll be back.
Fun. Yeah, he'll be. And George III playing. I had to explain the whole meme to my husband, and
she didn't respond for 3 days because she was explaining. It was a whole process.
I had to explain who Harry and Meghan were, who George III was, why that would be funny. It was a whole thing. Explaining a meme isn't as funny as you would think it would be. Because, I mean, it sounds hilarious, but yeah. So do you have any other interesting topics you want to talk about?
Basically, I'm just happy to have power again, and that I can take a shower without my hair freezing.
Yeah.
I've smelled so bad. I felt so disgusting. And then I drank a little too much at my friend's house. And
what? Not you.
It was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought I was stage whispering to Gentleman Caller when I was really not feeling great. And I was like, I feel sick. I gotta go throw up. Where do I throw up? And he's like, the toilet? Like,
oh my God.
I felt so bad. Everybody was like, yeah, we heard you. I'm like, really? I thought I was being so stealthy. It's wild.
We have got to replace our hot water heater, which is apparently a thing you have to do when you own a house. It turns out that the hot water heater we have is a 6-year hot water heater. Guess how long we've had it? 12 years. That's right. Ever since we moved in 12 years ago. It's literally leaking all over the floor and has been for a while. There's like insulation around it that I'm pretty sure the cats have just been eating or something. And it's so disgusting and gross, and we've been ignoring it. And finally, I'm like, we have got to handle this situation. Like, how have we not run out of hot water yet? It's going to happen any minute, or it's going to explode, or something's going to happen. And
you don't want that.
I posted a message in my local liberal group, like, who knows a plumber that isn't a total fucking asshole, Trump loving, and somebody told me their brother was, so he came over and he is going to get it taken care of for us, hopefully next week or the week after, and I'll have a shiny new water heater. Isn't that exciting?
Yay.
Like, when you're an adult, you get
exciting.
excited about, oh my god, it's going to be a 50-gallon water heater. It's going to be brand new and shiny. It'll last at least 6 more years.
The insulation isn't all torn up around
it.
it.
Maybe the cats won't eat that part of it. It won't be leaking fucking constantly.
It's probably got mildewy underneath it.
Well, yeah, I told my husband, I'm like, that can't be good.
No, it's going to have... Mold is not healthy.
Well, and he seems to think... He's like, well, there's a drain in the floor in that room. And I'm like, but it doesn't seem like it's draining. It's just sitting there. And he is convinced I'm wrong, but I think I'm right, so...
Men are obnoxious. I'm over them.
I don't... like.
I'm going to go onto lesbian TikTok and just find a lady.
That sounds like a really good idea, frankly.
Because honestly, so I'll send it to you. There's this one, it was like straight women, they're like, oh, men are so cute and awesome and wonderful. And lesbians are like, oh, women are beautiful, but men are cool. And then bisexuals are like, I love women so much, they could step on my throat, whatever, like this whole thing. And they're like, you like men too? And they're like, yes, I do, unfortunately. Like... It's like, I don't want to, but I do. I like them.
But I guess I
God
do.
damn it.
I mean, don't all, like, straight women feel that way to a certain extent? Like, why can't I just like women? I don't know.
I've never been 100% straight, so I have no idea. But
I have.
I remember, well, I've never been 100% straight, but I've never been, like, penises are serviceable. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate it when people send me dick pics, not randos, but if someone I am interested in and it's consensual and whatever, and I appreciate that. That's fun.
Yeah.
But I am not going to go seek them out in the wild.
Oh God, me neither. I don't think
if someone bends over to pick something up from the floor and they're not wearing pants, I am 100% not interested in what's going on in that situation. No. I will turn away.
No.
So not like guys, like not like a woman. If a woman bends over in front of me, I'm going to look at her ass. That's just true.
Yeah. I can't imagine being in that situation ever. So I don't know.
I have. I've been in that situation too many times.
Weird.
I'm like, why are you bending over to pick something up in front of me?
Yeah, a lot of times I feel like if I just weren't attracted to them, my life I could just live life without men entirely, and it would be fantastic. But
that'd be great.
It's not the way it works, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't understand. Like I'm bisexual. I always have been my entire life, but I always end up just sleeping with men. Like why?
Because they're easier. Frankly,
they're so easy. So I don't even know how to broach flirting with a woman.
Yeah.
At all. Like I don't even know. Like I'm just friendly with people.
All you
and
have to do is look at a guy and they'll sleep with you. Like it's not hard.
Like guys are super easy. All they do is like they just start talking to me. I'm like, oh, he wants to fuck me.
Yeah,
cool.
Pretty much.
And then I get to have that decision inside myself. Like, do I want this? And then I have, usually it's a no, and I just put them in there's friend no friend zone, but you know what I mean. But I put them in that category of just non-fuckable.
Right.
Or the other category was like potential or whatever. But that's it. With women, I'm just like, I don't even know. Like, you want to go, I don't know. Yeah. You want to go to the pet store and look at fish? I don't know what you do. I don't know.
I just
like, where do we do?
I watched the Saturday Night Live from last night. It was Nick Jonas was on it. There's a great skit where two people, like Nick Jonas and I think it's God, I can't remember which one it is. They're trying to flirt with each other.
Yeah,
and neither one of them can do it. It's so funny. Oh my God. It was a great episode.
I mean, for guys, all I have to do is send my boobs. I guess I could do that to a woman too.
You could. I'm sure it would be fine. I don't know. Men are easy. So we are going to record a whole nother show today. We're going to record I Date Me. So
I found some so hot guys. I'm super excited about this.
I can't wait. I'm just... Guys,
the first
from the
one,
80s,
I'm like, dad ass. He's wearing tiny shorts. He's climbing a rock wall.
Man, I miss tiny shorts from the 80s. So, such a good sense of style back then,
Like the whole movie Fletch. Chevy Chase is in teeny tiny shorts the whole movie. And I remember, I liked that part of the movie. The movie's good. But I was like, his shorts are adorable.
Oh, my God.
Adorable.
I remember everybody wearing the cutoff, by everybody, I mean men in Minnesota in the 80s and 90s wearing cutoff jean shorts, like actual jeans that were
Jorts?
Jort. Is that what they're called? Jorts? Yeah.
They're jean shorts.
Yeah.
That's not acceptable on any level.
Yeah, and this was
Ever.
back before they made jean shorts or jorts.
remember
You
that
had
too,
to
where
make
people
your
just,
own.
like, So what I used to do, because I'm short, and I used to do back in the 90s, because everybody had like the frayed edges of their jeans.
Right, yes.
And I have to hem my jeans because I'm short. So I would hem my jeans, and then I would cut a raw edge, and I would pull the seams out so it was already frayed on the bottom to make it look like it was just natural, but that was intensive labor.
You had a lot of work to make that look like it was just shitty. Yeah.
Effortless, Amy. It was effortless.
Well, that's like what I do
most
with
of the things. I'm like,
furniture.
yes, I look effortlessly beautiful all the time. No,
When I'm redoing furniture and shit, I have to work hard to make it look shitty so people like it. Like, you know?
my table. I refinished my table. It's a shabby chic.
Yeah.
But it's done in a way where it looks really good. Like it's just kind of wear spots and stuff. But no,
But somebody had to put those wear spots on there.
Yeah, that took like probably a good week and a half of trying to figure out exactly where to put each like swirl and each whatever.
I'm gonna give
Because
everybody
you
a
can
tip out
see
there.
you've seen bad shabby chic stuff.
Oh, yeah.
With chalk paint, and that my table is not bad.
So if somebody out there wants to make a shabby chic table and you want a very easy tip, and you're doing the sanding after you do the painting, just sand the edges. Don't get into the middle of it.
That's what I did. Don't do in the middle of it.
It's just any sharp
Just
edge
on
that's
the
on
edges.
it, do that. Because that's the part that's going to get naturally worn down. So that will look more.
And use Mormon
normal.
garments to rub the stain on it
Ooh, that's
afterwards.
a good tip.
That's
Where
what
would
I
get
did.
some of those?
I don't know. I had a bunch in my closet.
It seems like they'd be good for staining wood. I have a chair I still need to finish staining. God, I have so many things to do. Anyway.
All right. So,
Well, this is fun.
it's
If
super
you
fun.
would like to join, you know what? I'm going to do the patrons after this anyway, but give us your money. Patreon.com/secularsoup. I don't think there's anything else.
I don't think so.
Listen
I
to
have
us on
power.
I Date
I'm
Me.
super excited about that.
Listen to us
and
on I
then
Date
listen
Me.
to our I Date Me because we found some.
And listen to me on Okay Then, a Fargo
Super excited.
Retrospective. We need to record one of those. We're working on season 3 right now, so.
Yeah, and if you become a patron, then you can also listen to Mrs. America.
Oh, yeah. And you can watch Mrs. America on Hulu and then listen to all of our wonderful bonus
Insights
episodes. And our conspiracy chowders that we never released to the public. We have a lot of those.
Oh yeah, we need to record another of those too.
Yeah, we do. God, so much going on.
Oh yeah,
there
I
needs
found some
to
good
be
ones.
3 of me just to do. I need like one that can just do podcasting.
I'm not working 12-hour days anymore because they removed overtime,
Well, that's
which is actually
something.
really painful financially. So
Yeah.
please become a patron so I can pay my bills.
Please give us more money. We just need more money. We just need a little bit more money.
I can't sleep with everybody all the time.
Amy's so tired, you guys. She's so tired. All right. Well, we will see everybody next week or 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now, whenever the fuck we can, because we're busy
we're going to
bitches.
record with Sarah Ray on Friday. So.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I already forgot about it. We arranged it today, and I already forgot about it. That's
We're on
how
it.
fucked my brain
We'll talk
is,
to you guys later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
That's the noodle to brag.
It is everybody's favorite time, and that is Read the Patrons time. If you would like to become a patron, go to patreon.com/secularsoup, where you will find all kinds of wonderful different patron sponsorship levels. You know you have an extra $5 hanging around your pockets every month, so throw them our way, and we can buy some more nail polish and whiskey and lipstick. If you become a patron at the $6.66 a month level, that's called our Devil's Chili level, you will get a shout out every single week by yours truly, or Amy with an I, if she's not as busy as she usually is on a week. So for now, you get me. So our Devil's Chili level patrons are currently Andy, Lois, April, Schmishtina, Paul, Life in the Left Lane podcast, Yesh, Natalie, Maddie, and Nuggin. At the $10 a month, this is the level where you will get a personalized soup bowl made by yours truly. We have got Patreon customer service sucks donkey balls. Such a dramatic name. Renee, Rigola, Elven Engineer, Verlaine, Wendy, and our 9th favorite Rich. I'll go with 9th. I don't know why. At the $20 a month level, which is our premier blueberry dessert soup patron level, we have got Randall, who is just perfectly adequate. We love Randall. He's great. But he's no Ashley. Ashley is our favorite patron and always will be, and is also in our blueberry dessert soup tier. We have also got Kira Knightley is my favorite atheist, which, okay. I think it's time to change it. You need to get a different name. That one's getting boring. Kira Knightley is my favorite atheist, and at the top spot, once again, the current and reigning champion, Just Jon from now on. Just Jon from now on is financing all of our therapy and drinking expenses and car insurance and just you name it. You know, he's paying for all of it. So everybody chip in a little bit, you know? Take some of the burden off Just Jon from now on and help keep us afloat with your dollars. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and even the $1 a month patrons get access to our episodes early. So we always drop the episodes first on Patreon as soon as we are done with the editing, and then usually wait a few days and then put them on the regular feed. So you will get access to that, and we have bonus episodes that nobody else gets to listen to, and a few videos that aren't released ever to normal people, just the patrons. So yeah, think about becoming a patron. I am going to go and eat something with iron in it so that I don't pass out. So we will see you next time. Bye.
Thanks to all of you motherfuckers who put up with the Amy's droning on week after week. If you enjoy their delightful bitchcraft, please follow them on all of the social medias and send them all of your money on Patreon or PayPal. You can find them on these platforms by using the Google machine. It's not hard. If you want to bitch with other fans about the show, join the Secret Soup Talk Facebook group. If you want to tell Amy and Amy to fuck off personally, you can send an email to secularsouppodcast@gmail.com, although it may go unanswered. Please rate and review the show on iTunes, Facebook, and wherever else you can review things like this. It will help spread the soup gospel far and wide. And hey, text someone right now. Tell your friends. As always, we'll leave you with the vocal stylings of Mr. Eli Bosnick.
Secular soup creed. Soup is the ultimate virtue. It's delicious, nutritious, patriarchy smashing, racism fighting, warm and fuzzy, human affirming, fun having, anti-theist, glitter throwing, tummy satisfying, pair of new shoes fulfilling, diversity seeking, happiness. Minestrone, beef and barley, chicken broth and split pea, gazpacho, tomato, clam chowder and potato, chicken noodle, beef noodle, egg drop and ramen cup, miso, gumbo, leek and pho. Grab a bowl and taste the magic. Slurp even this.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It didn't work.
That's right.
I'm sorry. Like I hit record and it didn't actually respond to me hitting record.
Oh, yeah, Audacity's fucking annoying, especially if you've had it open for too long and...
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.